After the breakup, the air in the apartment was thick with the scent of burnt toast, a bitter reminder of the breakfast I'd tried to make before everything unraveled. My hands trembled as I stood frozen in the kitchen, staring at the phone screen glowing on the counter. A single message from an unknown number. "He's not who you think he is. Check his laptop." Folder marked work. My heart lurched, a sickening thud against my ribs, as if it knew the truth before my mind could catch up. Ethan was still asleep in our bed, his soft snores drifting through the open door, oblivious to the storm brewing in my chest. I wanted to laugh it off, to chalk it up to a prank or a mistake, but my feet moved toward his desk before my brain could protest. The laptop hummed to life, its fan whirring like a distant warning. My fingers hovered over the keys, guilt prickling at the edges of my conscience. This was Ethan, my Ethan who brought me coffee in bed, who kissed my forehead when I cried over work stress. But the message gnawed at me, a splinter I couldn't ignore. I clicked the work folder, my breath shallow, expecting spreadsheets or boring emails. Instead, a cascade of photos spilled across the screen. Ethan laughing, his arm around a woman with auburn hair, her lips pressed to his cheek in a dimly lit bar. My stomach twisted, bile rising as I scrolled through more texts, hotel receipts, a life I didn't know he was living. The floorboards creaked behind me. "Babe, what are you doing up so early?" Ethan's voice, groggy but warm, sent a jolt through me. I slammed the laptop shut, my pulse hammering in my ears. "Nothing," I lied, my voice brittle, cracking under the weight of what I'd seen. He rubbed his eyes, stepping closer, and I caught the faint scent of his cologne. Sandalwood, the same one he wore when we met 3 years ago at a crowded gallery opening. Back then, his charm had felt like sunlight breaking through clouds. Now it felt like a mask. "You okay?" he asked, his brow furrowing. I nodded, forcing a smile, but my mind was a tangle of questions. Was the woman a colleague? A fling? A lie he'd been weaving for months? I wanted to scream, to demand answers, but something held me back. Fear, maybe, or the desperate hope I was wrong. "Just couldn't sleep," I mumbled, brushing past him to the kitchen. The burnt toast smell clung to the air, suffocating as I poured coffee I didn't want. He followed, leaning against the counter, his eyes searching mine. "You sure?" he pressed, and I hated how genuine he sounded, how easily he could play the part of the devoted boyfriend. The day dragged on, each moment a tightrope walk between normalcy and dread. I noticed things I'd ignored before. The way he angled his phone away when he typed, the late-night meetings he never explained, the faint perfume on his jacket that wasn't mine. Each clue was a pinprick, sharp but not deep enough to bleed yet. I kept silent, letting the suspicion fester, afraid of what confronting him might unleash. At dinner, he talked about his day, his voice smooth, but I barely heard him over the roar of my thoughts. "Who is she? How long? Why?" That night, I waited until his breathing steadied in sleep before slipping out of bed. The laptop glowed again, a traitor spilling secrets. More photos, more messages. Intimate, undeniable. "I miss you," she wrote. "Can't wait to see you again." My chest burned, tears blurring the screen as I read their plans to meet tomorrow at a hotel downtown. The betrayal wasn't just in the act but in the ease of his lies, the life he'd built without me. Morning came and I was a ghost in my own home. Ethan kissed my cheek, oblivious, as he left for work. I didn't confront him. Instead, I packed a bag, my hands shaking as I stuffed clothes and memories into a duffel. I quit my job with a single email, no explanation, and drove until the city lights faded in my rearview. The road stretched ahead, vast and unknown, like the life I was about to build, one where trust wasn't a knife waiting to cut. But as I glanced at my phone, a new message from the unknown number blinked. "You're not the only one he betrayed." My breath caught, the world tilting. Whoever she was, she wasn't his only secret.